ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. One who has descended on this earth to establish the dharma, who is the essence of all the world religions, who is the best among all the incarnations. To such Sri Ramakrishna, my prostrations are salutations to him. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, as you all know, we were discussing different types of meditation on divine forms. In my previous class, I did try to explain why is it required. Because we are all emotional beings, we need this type of meditation. Though we may be intellectually or we are having knowledge, but all the times will not believe at the level of ideas or at the level of thoughts. Since emotions are very strong in us, we need this type of meditations. So meditations on divine forms. There are different types of meditations. One is Gunadhyana, meditating on the divine qualities of the God or incarnation. Then Rupa Dhyana, God has got a wonderful celestial form. And either you take any form of Jesus Christ or Ganesha or Durga or Shiva, Rama, their form represents the universality and it has got a lot of spiritual significance too. So this is known as Rupa Dhyana, meditating on their divine form. Then the third type is called Leela Dhyana. Every incarnation they have done divine sport, Leela. It is wonderful to study, like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, Yoga Vasishta, and also Sri Ramakrishna Vachana Veda, maybe, and also Gospels, different types of Gospels. All they explain how the incarnation or the prophets who descended on this earth and they did their divine work. It is sight to hear and it is so blissful to meditate. The other is called Swarupa Dhyana. What is the real form of the incarnation or the reality behind the incarnation? Rupa Dhyana and Guna Dhyana we had seen, and we had started Leela Dhyana. So today we shall try to discuss Leela Dhyana and Swarupa Dhyana. So what is Leela Dhyana? Already I have given the introduction. And also we were trying to meditate on Sri Ramakrishna's Kalpataru event. And one of the very famous incident where Naren and Sri Ramakrishna, they met each other, even we can meditate on that. Young and energetic Naren, who was in his adolescent age, he was never perturbed by any worldly pleasures or worldly riches. He was a deep thinker and he had voracious reader. He studied Indian and Western philosophies, different philosophers' views. He studied, he read, he contemplated, and he started inquiring, is there a God called reality really exists? If so, anyone has seen? Let me find out. He went to the different religious leaders, the then existing different religious leaders, the famous religious leaders in India, and he started asking, Sir, you are known as one of the spiritual leader or the religious leader. and you keep on giving sermons on the God. Yes, fine. Then have you seen God? None of them were able to give affirmatively positive reply. Yes, we have seen God. Everyone quoted it from scriptural point of view. And Rabindranath Tagore's grandfather said, "Oh, you have got a beautiful eyes, yogi eyes." Naren said, "I didn't want that. I didn't come to you to ask how my eyes look. I want to know whether have you seen God." Then when he came to Sri Krishna, you can imagine in Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna's room is there. Sri Ramakrishna is sitting on the small cot, and Naren, he comes and he comes and he pays his respects and he sits and he directly, instantly he asks, "Sir, have you seen God?" The Naren, who is a graduated person, who is a graduated, who is proud of his willpower, who is a proud of his intelligentsia, who has done university education, is sitting. On the other side, who is a middle-aged man, who just finished fourth standard, and he have not studied philosophies like Naren. And the Naren is asking Sri Ramakrishna, "Sir, have you seen God?" And Sri Ramakrishna smilingly, he gives a affirmative, positive reply, "Yes, I have seen God." Not only that, I have seen the God much more clearer than you. And if you want, I can show the God to you also. What a beautiful incident it is. It is the meeting of the young, and that time probably the young mind with all Western thinking and with the Western psychology understanding, and who has passed out the university, school, or education. The other side, a person who is a middle aged person who has not gone through this type of university education, and just he comes from a rural background, but he stands for spirituality. Naren stands for intellectual convictions or intellectualism, whereas Sri Ramakrishna represents the entire spirituality, we can think. Like this, there are different types of incidents we can see in the life of all the prophets, we can think. We can meditate. Once, Kali, that is for the in future, he is known as Swami Abhedanandji. He had the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. Once, he sat for meditation after the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. Then slowly his mind rise to the particular level, and he started seeing Rama in his meditation. Then slowly the Rama started merging in Ramakrishna. Then again he had a vision of Krishna, and the Krishna got merged in Ramakrishna. He had a vision of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the saint and a prophet or incarnation of the India, and particularly from the West Bengal he comes. And he had a vision of that great saint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and again the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu merges in Sri Ramakrishna. Again, from the ocean, the mother form, divine form, Kali form he takes, and he's seeing the mother Kali, and slowly the mother Kali also merges in Sri Ramakrishna. Maybe again Durga form takes, and Durga form also merges in Sri Ramakrishna. So whatever the divine forms has been taken, all of them were getting merged in Sri Ramakrishna. And he had a wonderful meditation that day. His mind was with full of bliss. After that meditation, after a few hours or a day or two, he comes and he narrates his incident to Sri Ramakrishna. "Master, by your divine touch and divine grace, I had this type of experience during the meditation." Sri Ramakrishna laughingly says, "Yes, today you had a Vaikuntha darshan." What does it mean? Definitely very difficult for us to understand, but Sri Ramakrishna makes this comment on Abhedanandji's experience that today you had a Vaikuntha darshan. Like this, there are so many incidents. And Sri Ramakrishna himself, when he was practicing Vaishnava sadhanas, different types of moods, he had a divine vision of Mother Sita. And Sri Ramakrishna says, when he saw the Sita, he felt that she is a embodiment of beauty and embodiment of purity. I've never seen such a beauty and purity in my life. Sri Ramakrishna narrates about his experience about the vision of Sita. And very interestingly, he makes two more comments. After the vision of Sita, even the blazing, blaze on my skin or the skin color also became better. Means it was like shining like a gold. Holy Mother says, when Sri Ramakrishna was wearing the golden amulet, both were getting merged if she was unable to make a differentiation. Such a beautiful color was the skin color of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna says that was because of the vision of Mother Sita. And also he makes a comment, after the vision of Sita, I had to face few difficulties. Why? Because I had a vision of Sita. Maybe on the lighter side, or it has got its own significance. And Sri Ramakrishna himself, in a Dasya Bhava, who is known for Hanuman, he behaves like a Hanuman. He ties a small cloth and small a tail, and he starts eating nuts, and he starts living on the trees. And just how Hanuman behaves, and similarly used to blink his eyes often and used to try to sit on the tree. And how Hanuman or the monkey god used to sit and used to behave. Similarly, he started doing it, and he had the vision of Mother Sita and Rama also. And once more, the beautiful incident is, if who have seen Dakshineshwar, we can remember there's a beautiful Mother Kali's image in the Garbha Mandir, in the sanctum. And just opposite, we have got a Nat Mandir we call, that is called, say, we can say like as a prayer hall. In the prayer hall, it was evening, I believe, it was evening, just there was a torch light, or just there was a lamp, and Sri Ramakrishna initiates Master Mahashaya, who is the author of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, into Mother Kali. Kali mantra he initiates, and he says, Sri Ramakrishna says that from today onwards, your chosen deity is Mother Kali. After this initiation, Sri Ramakrishna goes and he stands next to Mother Kali in the temple. And in which few seconds, Master Mashe was seeing that beautiful vision where Mother Kali and Sri Ramakrishna both were looking alike. There was no difference between Mother Kali and Sri Ramakrishna. Means Sri Ramakrishna started appearing as Mother Kali. What a beautiful incident. His Guru himself is taking the form of Ishta there. So, like there are n number of incidents which are recorded in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. There are n number of incidents which we don't know. Similarly, we can remember the life of Buddha, where Buddha meets the Angulimala. By Buddha's grace or Buddha's spiritual power, even the Angulimala transforms himself, or he changes himself to the greatest saint. Like this, we can think many incidents which can witness or which we can meditate in the life of great prophets or incarnations. And one Manmatanath Ghosh, a devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, who has witnessed this incident, he narrates this. Once, a spiritual aspirant who belongs to Muslim faith, probably was a poor, so he was wearing the worn clothes because of his probably poverty, and he was sitting in front of a mosque, and he was bitterly crying for God vision. Oh Allah, oh Khuda, wherever you are there, please let me see you. Let me experience you. So he was bitterly crying. He was bitterly crying so much, people are also feeling so uneasy. Oh, this fellow is crying for God so much. Why God is not giving the vision or whatever. People are also feeling very bad about it. And but people were seeing, and they were going back. And Sri Ramakrishna was just going in Calcutta for probably someone's visit to see someone. Then when he was passing this near this mosque, all of a sudden Sri Ramakrishna asked the carriage person to stop the carriage, horse carriage, and he got down from the horse carriage. He was in semi-ecstatic mood. He went and he embraced this Muslim fellow. For a few moments, he embraced. Sri Ramakrishna never uttered any word, just he embraced, and afterwards he went and sat in the horse carriage, and he was about to leave. And this person, he got up with the folded hands where the tears were rolling down, O Prabhu, O Lord, you have come finally and you gave me the vision. Thank you, saying that he took his piece of cloth which they use for namaz. So he took the piece of cloth and he started moving. And everyone were astounded. That means he had the vision of God. Yes. Sri Ramakrishna hugged him. So whatever he wanted, this a person, a spiritual aspirant who belongs to Muslim faith, he had the vision of God and probably had such a spiritual experience. He took his piece of cloth with tears rolling down, with all happiness. He started moving. Like this, Sri Ramakrishna has blessed so many people of different faiths. When we are hearing such type of incidents, we may get a question. Sri Ramakrishna was in physical form. When he was in physical form, he has blessed innumerable devotees, innumerable aspirants. Fine. Then what to speak of now? Even today, can we experience Sri Ramakrishna? Can we receive the divine blessings? Can we receive the blessings of any incarnations or prophets or saints who are not in physical form? This question may come for us. Of course, it should come. The answer is yes. In 1981, Swami Chetananji, who is one of the senior monk of our Ramakrishna order, he narrates this incident. In 1981, he receives a letter, probably in Kansas, I think Kansas or Kansas City. He receives the letter from that city. Dear Swami, my name is so and so. I'm working in a grocery store. I come from a humble family. Probably she was married or whatever. She is working in a grocery family and had a vision of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna has initiated me into, he has given an initiation. So I want to confirm that all these things happened in my dream. I want to confirm that whether it is true or just it is an imagination. So how can I meet you? Where can I meet you? Like that, she had written a letter. Then Chetananji was so happy to receive this letter, and he wrote a reply back. So in a month or two, I'm coming to your town. So for a lecture, when I come on such and such a time and date, you can meet me there itself. So you need not to come all along to meet me. Swami Chetananji sent a letter, and that lady was happy. And when the particular day when Swami Chetananji went there for a talk or for an event, that lady also came. They had a private talk, and she narrated her own experience, how like what the vision she had, and how Sri Ramakrishna was looking, and what mantram, Sri Ramakrishna's mantram, what she got, she explained, she narrated, or she told to Swami Chetananji, and she wanted confirmation from Swami Chetananji. Swami Chetananji confirmed, yes, whatever the mantra you have got in your dream by Sri Ramakrishna himself, yes, it is true and that is right. It is not mere imagination or it is not an hallucination, it is true. So this happened in 1981. Imagine. That, that means even today, if we are sincere, if we can really earning for God, definitely God helps us. God will takes us further in our spiritual life. This is what we can see from this 1981 that lady's incident which happened in US. And similarly, one more incident is there like this. Again, a person who belongs to Ramaitanana, means from the Rama Sampradaya. They are all followers of the Rama. He had a vision. He used to live in Ayodhya, which is Uttar Pradesh, northern part of India. He was a great devotee of Rama, and he used to lead a ascetic life, and he was to do meditation and all. One fine day, he had a vision and saying that I am staying in Calcutta in particular place called Dakshineshwar. You go, if you come there, you can see me. Immediately, this ascetic immediately started traveling on foot from Uttar Pradesh to Dakshineshwar, Bengal. He started traveling. He didn't take much rest. He didn't care much for his food and all. Somehow he started traveling and he came. He came to Dakshineshwar. And when he started inquiring about Sri Ramakrishna, they said that, oh my dear, you are really unfortunate. You came late. Why? Few days before, Sri Ramakrishna left his mortal coil. So you cannot see Sri Ramakrishna anymore in physical form. He is no more. So this was a rude, great rude shock, big rude shock for that fellow, for that ascetic. He collapsed there only crying, oh, I was I was in so happy that I have vision and I had a vision and I can see Sri Ramakrishna, Rama, my God, my Ishta, my chosen deity. Now he is no more. What to do? Somehow he was unable to hold on himself. He was unable to bear that pain or agony. He started crying, crying. Sri Ramakrishna's relative, Ramlal, who was also the temple priest, he came and he said, what happened, what to do? Everyone has to die, you and me also. God has created this world. God has made these rules. So he has come, he has done his Leela and he has left. What to do? Please come, you take a bath in the Ganges. I will give some prasad, you will eat. Then this ascetic was not ready to listen. He didn't accept the food. After some time, again Ramlal came and asked for food, offered the food. He didn't take. After some time, again Ramlal came and offered the food. This ascetic came angry and said, do you think that I came here to eat the food? Get away, you fellow. I don't want the food. I want the vision of my Ishta Devata, chosen deity. And 3 days and 3 nights, he was gone profusely, bitterly crying continuously that I want your vision, I want your vision, I want your vision. On the third day, he had the vision of Sri Ramakrishna. He had the blessings of Sri Ramakrishna. Then he calls Ramlal and asks, please give me the food. I'm feeling hungry. Then Ramlal was very annoyed. But I was asking you time and again. You didn't want the food. Now you want food. What happened to your God vision or realization? Then he narrated his experience that yes, I had the vision of Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna appeared to me and he gave his vision as a Rama. So there is no problem for me. Means my desire is fulfilled. That's the reason I'm asking food from you. So Ramlal was taken aback. So Sri Ramakrishna, though left his mortal coil, today also is giving visions for many people. So like that, there are innumerable incidents in Sri Ramakrishna's life. We can keep on thinking and meditating. So this is a part of Leela Dhyana. Then the last type of a devotional practice called Swarupa Dhyana, which is very important. Swarupa Dhyana, the hymn Khandana Bhav Bandhana, which we sing every day as a part of evening arati, that can be one of the best, probably, prayer or hymn to do this Swarupa Dhyana. Why? Because there itself, Mochana, one word, Swami Vivekananda addresses Sri Ramakrishna as a Mochana. What Mochana means? What? Release. One who removes, one who releases. This Mochana can be understood from three. It has got 2, 3 shades of meaning. One is called Sankata Mochana, who removes the difficulties, our problems. The other is Kapala Mochana, which is very important. Kapala Mochana is one who can change our fate. By the blessings of saints, by the blessings of elders, by the blessings of good people, our difficulties can be reduced. Our difficulties may be dissolved, but our fate cannot be changed. Only the God, only the incarnation can change the fate of the people, or the most prophets. But according to the scriptures, they say only incarnations can change the fate of a person, none else, even the gurus or no one. And Sri Ramakrishna was a Kapala Mochana, as described by Swami Vivekananda himself. I mean, he is the person who could change the fate of the people. Similarly, even Holy Mother life also we can see. Holy Mother also, she was capable of changing the fate of the people. The story goes like this one for this. Swami Madhavanandaji was one of the president of Ramakrishna Mutt Mission. He was known for his spiritual qualities. He was a disciple of Holy Mother. And once he asked Holy Mother, Mother, this life should be the end for me. Life should be the last life for me. I don't want any more any life. Holy Mother smilingly said, no, my dear, you should take one more birth. According to your prarabdha, you should take one more birth. That next life will be the last life for you. But Swami Madhavanji said, no, I don't want. This life should be the end. This should be the last life for me. So I don't want to take birth. Please bless me. Then Holy Mother says, fine, but you have got your prarabdha, so the prarabdha karma has to be exhausted. Then you will have to face a lot of difficulties. You will have to face a lot of problems. Then Madhavanji agreed and he said, whatever it, whatever it may be, I am ready to face all these type of difficulties. Let it be so. Then Holy Mother blessed, said that, okay, Baba, from this will be your last life. As a result, he was such a pure man, sinless man. He was a man of character, man of truth, man of spirituality, man of purity. But still, at the fragment of his life or couple of years, he had to struggle or he had to face a lot of difficulties from the diseases. At one point of time, he had a very peculiar skin disease, such a way that he was even unable to wear the clothes. So he was covering his body with the plantain leaf. And the sadhus have seen him, the monks have seen him. He used to put a big plantain leaf and he used to keep his legs on that and he used to cover himself with one more plantain leaf, front and back, and he used to work as a general secretary of the Ramakrishna Matan Mission, it seems. Means even such type of diseases he had, it didn't stop him to work or didn't stop his spiritual practices is one side. Second thing, he had to face a lot of disease or some other problems. As a result, all his prarabdha was got exhausted and that was his last life. Now, Holy Mother, she was capable of trying to change, or she could change the fate of a person. Whereas gurus and other, they can take our sins, they can remove our difficulties, they can remove the adverse circumstances, they can help us to grow in our life, but they cannot change our fate to the full extent. Whereas the incarnations only can change the fate, and that is what known as Kapala Mochana. And who is Sri Ramakrishna? He is known as Kapala Mochana. Thank you. And Sri Ramakrishna, who is Sri Ramakrishna? Nara Rupa Dhara. The God himself has taken the form of human form and he has descended on this earth. Again, you can remember, we can all remember the story of Kshudirama's vision. When he went to Gaya, a pilgrimage place in the India, where he went and he did some rites, some rituals for his ancestors. And he was sleeping in the temple complex. And probably it was early morning or night, he had a divine vision. The Lord Vishnu himself, in the form of Gadadhara, he appears and he says, "Oh my dear Kshudiram, I am happy by your devotion. So I would like to come to your house. I would like to take birth as your son." Imagine the universal Lord, Vishnu himself is asking, "I would like to come to your house. I would like to take birth as your son." We would have felt so happy. Please come, we would have said. Definitely. But Kshudiram says, "No, thank you, but no." The Lord asked, "Why, Kshudiram? You don't want me to come to your house?" "No, God, because I am such a poor person. A square meal is sometimes difficult for me. If you come, I will not be able to treat you properly. I will not be able to feed you properly. That's the reason I am requesting not to come to my house." Then the Lord Vishnu laughs and he says, "Don't worry, whatever you feed, whatever you give, I will accept it." And saying that, "Please allow me to take birth in your house or as your son." Then Kshudiram didn't have any other go, he had to accept. So Nara Rupa Dhara, the God himself has taken the form of Sri Ramakrishna and he has descended on this earth to uplift all of us. Then one more very important concept. We have to study the Sri Ramakrishna, the great master, in depth. Then only we can understand Bhava Mukha. This is one of the unique concept. It will take some good amount of time. Only in a simple way I will tell today. What is this Bhava Mukha? Bhava Mukha is in a very layman's language, if you want me to explain, it is like someone is standing on the edge, on the fort. He's standing on the fort, so he's able to see inside fort what is happening, and he's able to see what is happening outside also. Like the people who are inside the fort, they will not be able to see who is coming outside. who are traveling, who is coming, who is going outside the fort, they'll not be able to see because of its height. And similarly, the people who are the outside of the fort, they will not be able to see what are the activities going on, or who are the people are there inside the fort. But the person who's standing on the fort, he can see both the people and both the activities. Since we are living in this world and we are at the level of senses or mind or thoughts, we can see this only the world at the physical level. And person who has Nirvikalpa Samadhi experience, his ego has been dissolved and he is experiencing the divine. Or at the most, he is able to see the divinity everywhere, where we can see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, or in all the great people life. Whereas Sri Ramakrishna, with the open eyes, while talking with the people and all, he was able to experience the world and also the supreme self or the self, the Brahman or Parabrahman, the consciousness, and also the world at the same time. When we are experiencing the world, we cannot experience the Parabrahman. When we are experiencing the Brahman, we cannot experience the world in reality. But whereas the Bhavamukha state is such a beautiful state where they'll be able to experience the both the things, world, immanent world, and as well as the transcendental world called self. That is called Bhavamukha. This is the unique nature of Sri Ramakrishna. And this concept of Bhavamukha is compared to the with Upanishad's concept of Hiranyagarbha. Until now, in no scriptures or with the life of any incarnations, we have come across this a person who was staying in this Bhavamukha. And also philosophically, if you ask, they say that the Sri Ramakrishna's or any person's individual ego was merged, and his ego was merged with the universal ego. His ego was merged with the universal ego. His desire was merged with the universal desire. So whatever he was speaking is it was the cosmos was speaking. The cosmic energy was speaking. Cosmic energy was thinking. Cosmic energy was desiring. That's what we can say, Bhavamukha, and that is the Swarupa, that is the nature of Sri Ramakrishna. This is what Swarupa Dhyana we can say. One more is Sattva Pradhana. Of course, in any incarnations, saints, prophets, they are all Sattva Pradhana life they lead. Tamas and Rajas will be very, very less. Tamas is dullness, laziness, more and more sleepy, procrastination. All these things are the part of tamas. Rajas is ambitious, hyperactive. They have got so many desires. I want to this, I want that, I want to do this, I want to do this. Like that, hyperactiveness. This is called Rajas. And Sattva, simple life, purity, who are interested in austerities, who are who believe in knowledge per se. These type of people are called Sattva Pradhan. And if you see in the life of Rama and Krishna, at least some amount of external paraphernalia can be seen. Their kingship can be seen, and probably throne and the weapons and so many other things can be seen. And in the life of Krishna, miracles and all other things are there. So some amount of rajas can be seen, at least pure rajas can be seen in this life of Rama and Krishna. But whereas in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, if you see, it is completely sattva pradhana. Is the embodiment of purity. And also very simple, just he has got a piece of cloth on the body. No crown, or no four hands, or no some weapons, celestial weapons, or any some very unusual or very special dress, very unusual or special appearance. Nothing is there. Just like a human being is sitting with just a piece of cloth, a piece of white cloth on his body, and it is with full of sattva, with full of purity, with full of the divine feeling. So this can be one of the greatest quality or the nature of Sri Ramakrishna. He comes from again poor background, rural background, poor family. Just he finished fourth standard, and he was just a temple priest. All these things, but he was a embodiment of spirituality. And so he was with full of compassion, he was with full of devotion, he was with full of renunciation and whatnot. Such a manifestation of renunciation, manifestation of spirituality, manifestation of earning of God, earning for God, we cannot see in anyone's life. Generally, in every saint's life, they try to practice in a one particular path and they realize God in one particular path. Or at the most, second or two types or three types of sadhana might have done, whereas Sri Ramakrishna does all type of sadhanas in Hinduism. Vaishnava Dharma has got, Tantra Shastras has got 64 types of sadhanas, he did. Vaishnava Shastra, 5 modes of sadhana, he did. Shakta method, that also he did. Not only inter faiths or inter cults in the Hinduism, he also practiced Islam and Christianity, all these things. That's why Swami Vivekananda tells, whatever the 5,000 years of wisdom, spiritual wisdom, was practiced by the n number of people, so many billions of people from the India, that has been portrayed or displayed or practiced by Sri Ramakrishna in just 50 years. And one more, I think again, Swami Shardanji mentions in the third part in the Bengali book, in the third part, I think in the Ramakrishna Lila Prasanga, that is called Divya Bhava. Sri Ramakrishna was known for his one is Bhavamukha, the other is Divya Bhava. What is this called Divya Bhava? Divine mood. It is not simply divine mood. This Divya Bhava is the epitome of Guru Bhava. When Sri Ramakrishna was in Sadhaka Bhava, as a spiritual aspirant, he never used to like the word called Guru. If someone addresses him as a Guru, he never used to accept, he used to feel very uncomfortable. But whereas when he was in Divya Bhava, the manifestation of his Guru Bhava was in his epitome, was in its, pinnacle. The last 12 years of his life is known for this Divya Bhava. He was with full of compassion and he want to help the people. He want to help the humankind. He was so much interested in to help the spiritual aspirants, to uplift them or to lead them in the God conscious life or divine centered life. This is one of the very unique thing which we can see in the life of Ramakrishna. It is so much used to go above that building where he used to live in Kuti and used to call, "Oh disciples, where are my disciples? Please come. I want to share my experience and I want to help you so that you can reach the God or you can have self experience or God experience." What a earning. He was earning for God realization. Now he is waiting so much eagerly for disciples to share his experience so that it can be helpful for them. This is what known as Divya Bhava. So some of the senior monks of Ramakrishna order, they say, because Sri Ramakrishna today he gave that eternal call. Sri Ramakrishna gave that eternal call. That's how we are all responding it. And today, even today, we are trying to come or we are trying to join the Ramakrishna order and we are trying to come and try to follow the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. So that is not that call which was given by Sri Ramakrishna. The incarnation was not limited to that time only. It is an eternal call. So whoever wants to, wish to have a God realization, self-realization, anyone can come and follow the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. And there's a beautiful mention of this Divya Bhava in Tantra Shastras. What will happen? How they explain this Divya Bhava in Tantra Shastras, if you ask me, they will tell. Shama and Dhamma, as we know that, controlling of mind and controlling of senses. We may try to control our mind and senses just for few minutes, few seconds, or for a couple of hours, or maybe sometimes. But in whom this Shama and Dhamma will be so natural like breathing. Just like the breathing is so natural for us, and the person who is in Divya Bhava, for them this Shama and Dhamma, that is controlling their body, controlling their mind, controlling their senses, will be so natural like the breathing. And the so-called individuality or little ego has been dissolved into the supreme ego. That's why Swami Vivekananda beautifully defines this individuality into the indivisibility. Individuality as the real definition of individuality as indivisibility in his Lahore lecture. And because of the Nirvikalpa Samadhi experience, or because of the experience of God or experience of the self, their desires are completely nullified or completely removed. Not only that, even the craving, even the desires are nullified, the desires are removed or reduced, no doubt. Even the craving in the subtle form, in the seed form, are also will not be seen. This avastha is called Dagda Bija avastha, which is beautifully explained by Patanjali in his Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So they have attained that Dagda Bija avastha also. So there will be no craving at all. Just like you keep a paddy for maybe few years, and afterwards, if you soak in the water, again after a day or two, the it will sprout will come. Or if you sow on the land, again the slowly it sprouts. Even after a few years, but if you boil in the water or if you fire on the pan and you keep after a few years, if you soak in the water for a few days, even the sprout will not come. Why? The power of germination has been lost. This is called Dagda Bija Avastha. So the person who has attained the Divya Bhava, he will be also had this Dagda Bija Avastha. So no sense, craving for sense pleasures at all. So it will be the embodiment of purity, epitome of purity. That's what they say. So this is called Divya Bhava, and Sri Ramakrishna had attained this Divya Bhava as the epitome of Guru Bhava of his last 12 years, which we can see in Sri Ramakrishna. And also one more thing we can see, as because of this Divya Bhava, Sri Ramakrishna had initiated his disciples in three ways. According to Tantra Shastras, again they say, one is Mantri, the second type is Shakti, the third is Shambhavi. It's all explained in Tantra Shastras. What is this Mantri, which generally most of us we have got? Generally, the gurus who have got spiritual upliftment, but they initiate us into the spiritual life by by initiating us by giving a mantra, the name of the Lord, or which has come from the ages or from the traditions. This is called mantri or manavi, also it is called. This is a type of meditation, initiation. The second is called Shakti. The name itself suggests that they transfer the energy. Means one who is advanced in spiritual life, and the Guru Bhava has been awakened, a sort of a little and a good amount of Guru Bhava is awakened in any aspirant, in a person, he can awaken the spirituality in a disciple's life by transferring some his own energy. This is called Shakti, one type of meditation. The Shambhavi type of meditation, in reality, the Tantra Shastras, they say, by mere touch, by mere vision, by mere look, by mere wish, the person will be able to give either the realization, the moksha or mukti, or they can do the spiritual awakening. And Swamiji, I think, Swamiji or Sri Ramakrishna did this for the Swami Ashokananji. Just like I think I told in one of the lecture, where from one vessel, if you are pouring the water to the other vessel, how it happens? So similarly, Swami Vivekananda had poured the energy to Swami Ashokananji. This is what his experience. So same thing we can see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna also. It is not that we have to meet each other. Like in other two type of initiation, Guru and Shishya should meet each other. But here it is not required. We need not to meet each other, or the aspirant need not to ask for meditation, for initiation or for the blessings or for the grace. The Guru also need not to think that, okay, I shall bless him because he's a very sincere spiritual aspirant. Nothing is required. Just at some point, a spur of moment, a Guru sees and he can do it. And Sri Ramakrishna makes a mention of this in his life. When Sri Ramakrishna was in Kashipur, before he leaving his mortal coil, maybe few months before, once he tells to one of his disciples, look, today Mother Kali has shown me so much power has been awakened in me in such a way that even if I want to initiate someone, or I want to awaken a spiritual, I want to bring the spiritual awakening in someone, it is not that I should touch him, or I should bless him, or I should feel for it. No. If I say to you, oh, you touch him, if you touch him also, because I said that you touch him, since XYZ touches a spiritual aspirant, by that also his spiritual awakening can happen, his Kundalini Shakti can be awakened, and he can get the blessings or spiritual illumination or whatnot. Such a power I have got today. Because of this, so many people will come and will take of it. And mother doesn't want much this to happen, so she will take me in no time. This is what told by Sri Ramakrishna. Imagine, just if I say, okay, you touch him, and XYZ touches a person, and by that, just in one word, a person is getting spiritual illumination or spiritual awakening or whatnot. Such a power Sri Ramakrishna has got. He says by his own experience in his words, we can remember. Like this, Sri Ramakrishna's Swarupa, Sri Ramakrishna's nature, or who is Sri Ramakrishna, we can meditate. And one more, the best example, when Sri Ramakrishna was suffering from skin cancer, he was unable to take the food. As a result, he had a very weak body, so much so that he was unable to move even the side. He needs someone's help even to turn side. At that time, the young Naren thinks, at this juncture, if Sri Ramakrishna tells that, if Sri Ramakrishna declares that he is an incarnation, he is a God, then I can accept. This thought was just flowing in the Naren's mind as a young Naren, Swami Vivekananda. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna said, oh, Naren, who came as a Rama, who came as Krishna, now he has come in the form of Sri Ramakrishna in this body. Still have you got doubt? But not in the Vedantic aspect. Sri Ramakrishna, he explains this, and Naren, with a shy, he bends his head. So Sri Ramakrishna himself has told, who has descended as a Rama, who has descended as a Krishna, now he has descended as a Ramakrishna. This can be the one of the best thing for the to meditate on the Swarupa Dhyana, who is Sri Ramakrishna. So like this, we can take the life of Buddha, we can take the life of Rama, or Krishna, or Durga, or Kali, or Shiva, or any other our own chosen deities we can take, and we can try to meditate. So that by doing this type of meditations, our spiritual life becomes much more better, in deep, and will be able to progress in spiritual life as much as possible quicker. May Sri Ramakrishna bless all of us so that let our spiritual progress be quickened. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.